Okay, this is part one on what we're doing with the Tauchpanzer. Part two is already made. I had to come back and remake part one because in the first part one I recommended that you replace the coarse thread screws at the bottom of the shock absorber with a machine screw. Yeah, that was a dumb move, and you'll see all about that in the next video. But anyway, this is the Tauchpanzer, and what we're going to do with it is the same thing basically that we did to the Pershing. We're going to put on metal suspension arms and metal road wheels with rubber tires. It's pretty straightforward. Not going to do the return rollers right now. And I would, except that unlike the Panzer IV, these are a little bit different. The way they work, you can't really see it good on video. There's the return roller from the inside, and I can see there's the end of the shaft is right there. They've got a steel shaft that's press fit in and holds this in place. And I did not buy the metal support cones. The metal support cones come with a new shaft that gets bolted on from the inside as a replacement. And I'm not going to take these off because the only way you can get these off is to break them. And if I get them out of there and find out that I can't remove the shaft and then press it back in like it's supposed to, then I'm kind of screwed. So we're going to wait, and down the road I'll try and pick up some metal support cones, and at that time I can always come back and swap over to the metal tires for the, or metal wheels for the return rollers. It's already got metal sprocket and idler. It already had metal tracks. We're going to also replace the shock absorbers. I bought two different sets to do this with. I bought a set of suspension arms and a set of road wheels. I got them both from eBay. I bought the road wheels as a set, and then I got all the metal suspension arms, and they came with new shocks. And I'm using those, and I've already found that I like them better. This side is already done. This is still all stock. So when I push on this one and push on this one, I can feel a difference that I don't know how to explain it, but I can. There's definitely a difference, and I'm glad I went over to the metal shocks. Just got to remember to reuse the same screw that comes out of the bottom of the metal shocks. At the top, you don't have any choice. You got to do that. You got to reuse that one. So to get these off, you pretty much have to break them. And I found that I have a pair of rail nippers that works really good. If I can spot them around here, there. And I think the reason they work so good is because of the angle and how thick they are. Because I stick those in there and give them a wiggle, and it'll usually pop that off the top. But once you get it separated, and a lot of them are going to break, don't worry about it, you got new wheels. Once you get it separated, there's just a Phillips head screw in there, and you remove that, and it comes off the suspension arm. I suppose for most of them, if you were to remove this one as a complete unit, with the shock and the arm and the wheel, you could remove the entire plastic unit without having to break the road wheel. And I think once you get this one off, then you'll get clearance to remove this one. This one will just be one hex head shoulder screw. It takes the whole arm right off. In fact, I think I'm going to try that on this side. I'm going to try that method for removal and see how it works. Because if I do it like that, I won't be separating the road wheels. They'll still be attached to the plastic suspension arms, and they'll still be one-piece unit, and it'll still be reusable if, you know, I mean, obviously on this set I've already trashed the first half. But if you take them off like that, if somebody ever needs a set, well, you got one, and they got the road wheels already attached. So I'll give it a try like that and see how it goes. And like I said, the second video is already made, and that covers the side that's all done. Now these are the metal tires with rubber road wheels, metal road wheels with rubber tires. A little dyslexic today. And with the dry graphite, they spin really good. There's no bearing in there anymore, but you'll see a lot more on that in the second video. So that's what we're doing with the Tauchpanzer, and we're also changing it over to V3 electronics, just like we did the Pershing. You can see that this one has already got brass gearboxes with 380 motors in there. You can see where I electrical taped the end of this one, just to be safe. That was just to put a little insulation in between the two because it's such a close fit. Then I got my custom smoker in here that I redid the tubes on the rear of the Tauchpanzer, and we're going to see how that works. Because it's such a pain in the butt to put fluid in there, you got to take the top off every time. I'm really going to like the fact that the V3, I can turn the smoke on and off from the transmitter, because I really only use this smoker when I want someone to see the effect. Otherwise, it's just burning up, you know, smoke fluid. So that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. This is the next project, the Hang-Along Tauchpanzer. This is like a 5th or 6th tank I bought, I think. Love this tank. Had it for a long time. It's always been a great runner. For a long time, I recommended this as a first tank for anybody that was getting into the hobby. But that was before they came out with the 6.0 electronics. So the next video is already made, and then there will be one outdoors, and that'll be it. And we'll see you next time.